Hello and welcome back. This time it is going to be a bit of a different video because usually I do not do explicitly negative reviews. However, according to the comments I get below my videos, I tested a lot, especially from the US market, and a lot of the let's call them high style products that are commercially distributed and are so much recommended and are so fancy and so bright that you have to buy them. Not. And I really would like to combine this with a product review of the BluMaan matte paste, a product which I wouldn't recommend it, especially in comparison with the products that I usually tested by the German homebrewer scene or by the Lockhart Pomade or products, however you like it. But however, in head-to-head comparison, all these products I tested in the past are inferior, way inferior than the ones I usually recommend. And just to give you a demonstration, I put on a list of all the products that I tested and will not show, and I'll also put not down the videos below my, I will not put the links below my video because simply I was facing a lot of issues, and especially in a head-to-head comparison with the products that I usually review, they had sort of a, let's call it, they had bigger issues, or I had bigger issues with them. So the first company is by Vilain, and especially my itching and scratching increased massively. I tested the Powermade, the Gold Digger, the Dynamite Clay, and the Silver Fox. I have to say, not also regarding all the weather circumstances when you subject yourself to this, also the itching and scratching was massive when I was using this. Definitely not recommendable, by no means. ShehVoo, Ocean Clay, and the Pomade, not that much itching and scratching, but still also present. But in terms of hold and weather resistancy, especially in a head-to-head comparison, if you say you want to use product and you definitely want to use product, rather take one of the Lockhart's product, has way more quality than this. Then, interestingly, I remember the beef between Hanz Fuco and BluMaan, and Hanz Fuco was accusing BluMaan of putting out not creative products and basically was copying it. In summary, I can tell you that the BluMaan products are rather unorthodox products, or pomades, however you like to call it. Hanz Fuco was basically something that, with the Claymation clay, they had their hype. However, I really was surprised by the quality of it, because it was way inferior, like really inferior to the Lockhart's pomades and products that I was used to use. And I tested by Hanz Fuco the Claymation, the Sponge Wax, the Gravity Paste, and the Modified Pomade. I would never ever recommend one of those. First of all, itching and scratching comparable with the Vilain products was increased massively. The hold and weather resistancy was absolutely not mentionable. Well, yes, within the first 3 to 4 hours, well, yes, you get your effect through all of these brands. There will not be a single point where you say, oh, okay, yeah, it is comparable, it is not comparable. Well, you will get the advertised effect, that is true, but throughout 24 hours, not, definitely not. So it is a high-priced product actually that doesn't keep up with the homebrew comparable head-to-head comparison. And last but not least, and if you want to pick a product out of the now mentioned list, I would really rather recommend buy at least this, but not the other ones. They're overpriced and they do not match with this. So I tested by BluMaan the Cavalier clay, the matte paste, the mask pomade, and the Meraki. And here it goes. These are basically unorthodox products. The matte paste and the Cavalier clay. The Cavalier clay offers a decent amount of hold. It is an okay product. It does not match a head-to-head comparison, for example, with the Fire and Brimstone clay by Lockhart's, or with different other clays that you will find from the homebrewer scene. However, it is not a bad product. It will depend on the taste. It does not match up a 24-hour hold. Again, it will not match a head-to-head comparison. I did not face a significant itching and scratching, which was a huge advance towards the other tested products. However, you know, regarding the weather resistance, it was definitely inferior, but of course, by its nature, because it's an unorthodox product, then the products you usually get, for example, or the effect you get from a fire and brimstone clay by Lockhart. And recently I tested the BluMaan matte paste. It is an unorthodox product. Again, if you are facing hot heat above 28 degrees Celsius or rain, this will basically run down your face. Or sports is another issue. It has not a big wind resistance. However, again, I did not get as much itching and scratching as I got from the other mentioned products. BluMaan was basically the company that was, and by the way, I can mention this with full confidence. The BluMaan products were way better, really way better than the Hanz Fuco products, and it was such, and I think it's such an irony that this company really was going on Joe and basically attacked him. Again, it is inferior to a lot of homebrew products, but if you want like a product out of this list, at least buy the BluMaan products. I'm not supported by anything, you know it, I'm too small as a YouTuber and by my subscribers. I have more subscribers on my German channel where more people follow me, but anyhow, again, at least buy the BluMaan products. They have at least a decent quality in their ingredients list. So far, from this side, I can mention it now. This is the first part. I will get to the second part of another video where I'll mention, definitely in comparison to the products that I mentioned here, the advantages of the products that I tested as well, and then give it as a summary where I definitely can say, okay, these are the products I definitely would recommend, and these are, and you know, the products that I mentioned today are definitely not the ones I would recommend. So I hope you're healthy, I hope you're well, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.